didn't hang out with their wives in the hospitals. They went home. And so Dad's home, and evidently, from what I heard, he got a phone call saying, Mr. Chapman, congratulations, you have a baby daughter. And he went, yippee! And so 10 minutes later, hello, Mr. Chapman, guess what? You have a baby son. Faint.
Always, you know, Dad loves his family history. He talks about his mom and the Swifts and how far back, and you know how we're related to, I don't know, George Washington or something, or George Williams.
No, Roger Williams.
Roger Williams, yeah.
And the Brewsters, right?
And Mom is always talking about, you know, we're half Indian,
I think
3/4 Indian?
About 30%.
10%?
Mom, what's the your great-grandmother? No. Your grandmother.
Grandmother.
Okay, so now it's time for you to open. So, we have 2 kits.
No.
You hold those. That's for you to stay warm, Dad, as you lose fat as you get older. So today, either Adrian, who works in the doctor's office, or Doreen, because she knows everything better, we'll get a swab and we'll get your DNA, and we'll find out in 6 to 8 weeks who we really are.
My sister said that the plane was really great when Dad really, you know, fulfilled an aspiration to be a pilot, and you know, we got to be part of that, from the 2-seater plane to the 4-seater plane. I think the last one was 6-seater, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, and I think that that's what I've learned too, is that you might start slow with something, you might start at something, but there's a certain tenacity that my dad has that I think he's given to the 6 of us. There's not a lot of families that I know that have both their mother and their father, all their brothers and sisters, and you know, the fact that we're still intact is just unbelievable. And I know some of it's because of our community and the support we have, you know, from our own families and our friends, but I think some of it's because of Mom and Dad and what they instilled in us. So here's to Dad. Happy 90th.
There was that one of the great memories I had growing up was when I was around 10 years old. He started taking me to the Nighthawks hockey games at the Coliseum in New Haven. And I have to say, I was probably just around puberty age, just getting near there anyway. So it wasn't totally cool to be hanging out with your dad anymore. But I have to say that I didn't admit it back then, but after a while I got used, you know, it was a regular thing. After a while I actually did look forward to having that time with my father to go to the Nighthawks games. And you know, I want to thank my dad and of course the woman behind my dad, my mom, for always being there for us. It's taught me well, and I've tried to instill that in my own kids. So thank you so much.
Someone gave me a Siberian Husky for my birthday, for my 16th birthday. And I brought it home, and my mom was home, and she's like, there's no way, and I said, oh, but please, please, and then we argued about it, and she's like, no, you're not keeping this dog, you're not keeping, she said, wait till your father gets home, and then he can decide. And I was like, yes! I knew the minute he saw Tanya, he would love it, because it was a big dog, it wasn't a little dog. And so hence, Tanya's up, to Fort Lauderdale, and it didn't quite work out. And so my dad actually flew down his plane, and with Mr. LaRosa, I think, and to rescue me. But then Hills held.
So we used to go night flying. We used to go to the Meriden Airport, and just him and I, and we'd fly over the house and go. I always knew it was our house because of the pool. There's our house. And that was during the day. Sometimes we'd go at night, and he'd let me sit in the co-pilot seat, and I'd be doing one of these. And I actually thought I was flying the plane, and he let me think I was. And I always did for years later. I'm like, I really wasn't doing that. But I do remember it. I did take it for granted, thinking everyone must do this. But we were really so blessed and so lucky that we have you, and we have you always, through thick, through thin. You've always been there for us. I thank you. Thank you.
I still remember we left Korea in the airport with his father. I still remember that. And then got into the cab, you know, back to the hotel. And then I didn't know, at the time I didn't speak English at all, so I didn't know how to start with him, okay? And I've been thinking about, first of all, what should I call him? Because I just met him. So I asked the kids, what should I call him? He said, ask him. Okay, but in English, you know, at the time English. So, Dad, what do you want me to call him? Okay, I practiced a few times and they turned around at the time in the taxi cab. He was, wait a minute. Anyway, I turned around. I'm not sure you remember. What do you want me to call you? You said, Dad. Call me Dad. Okay, Dad. Do you remember?
I met a very attractive girl. Her name was Cecile Yvette Tureen. And we got married. She gave me 6 wonderful children. And thank God they are all healthy. And these children, with their spouses, gave me 11 wonderful and healthy grandchildren. And when Doreen married Michael, I picked up 2 more grandchildren. And they are all healthy. And now my grandchildren, some of my grandchildren, are now having children, and now I'm a great-grandfather 5 times, or 4 times. We have a baby boy coming. During the course of my life, I had a lot of good friends who I enjoy, and many of them are not with us today. And there are some friends who are here today, and I want to thank you for being my friend.